Hey guys, it's Burgas here, and today we're going to check it out the new Mage skin, and also we're going to check it out the new Mages in Call of Dragons, or at least the information I'm having for these bad boys. I'm really excited because I really want to see finally Generation 1 Mages to be beaten by some new Mages. So this is going to be also my first impression. I'm going to take out the camera so people can actually see the full skill that we're seeing. So the first one is passive skill. When garrisoned cities and strongholds, magic damage is dealt to 3 enemy troops around the troop lead every 10 seconds. Damage coefficient 500, damage decreases with multiple targets. So this for the garrison. So far in Call of Dragons we have seen garrisons where, you know, they're increasing the defense, attack and etc. But here we're actually seeing for the first time something that is actually doing some extra damage, which is very nice in my opinion. Now this is for the Orc Lady. After this I'm going to show you how they actually look. Now this one is going to be the next skill. This is Blood Ritual. This is the Awakening. So before the Awakening, this is most likely the first spell. Deals magic damage to the target unit. Damage coefficient 1.8k, brother. This is huge amount of damage. Damage to the target, joining a synergy effect, increasing the damage dealt by the hero skills by 10%. This effect become ineffective the next time any hero in the unit cast a rage skill. So most likely here we're talking about the deputy, just because the effect become ineffective the next time any hero in the unit cast a rage skill. That means if the Orc Lady fire up the first and then the deputy fire up, if she's a commander, the next time she firing up she's not going to get this 10% skill. So this 10% skill, from what I understanding, is going to apply only for the deputy. After Awakening, deals magic damage to the target unit. Damage coefficient 2000. Oh my god, for the first time I see 2000. Joining synergy effect, increasing the hero skill damage by 25%. So definitely the deputies have to be something that people should look over. The effect will be invalid the next time any hero of the unit casts a rage skill. So here we're seeing crazy boost. First of all, the damage most likely is a single target from what I see. Damage to the target. So I was really hoping more AoE mages to appear in Call of Dragons, but slowly we're migrating to a single target, people. And yeah, but still this choose the Awakening is very nice, especially this extra 15% more hero skill damage is awesome. And also the damage is going up to 2000. This is crazy number. Going over the next skill, passive, increase hero skill damage by, this is the passive one, increase hero skill damage by 15% each time magic skill damage is dealt. There is a 50% chance that the magic attack power of the troop lead by them will be increased by 5% for the next 5 seconds, up to maximum of 5 layers or maybe 5 stacks. So we're having here passive 15% hero skill damage, which is pretty nice. On top of that, there is a 50% chance each time magic skill damage is dealt. There is a 50% chance for basically is for the rage skill. So maybe if this is a damage and getting this 50% chance to get this 5% for 5 seconds, for the next 5 seconds, this is not going to actually catch the whole, let's say the mages fire up every 10 seconds. So if they fire up one time, there is going to be maybe 10% boost, but this is 5 layers. So if you put here maybe Thunderlin or maybe Toher is hitting 3 times, Thunderlin is also hitting 3 times, but Thunderlin is also doing AoE damage. So maybe this is going to be keep it in count and actually get these 5 stacks immediately after the heroes fire up. So if there is an AoE hero in these 2 new heroes, most likely one of the heroes is AoE. This one, the Orc Lady, so far I think is a single target, obviously. But yeah, if the second hero is an AoE damage dealer, I think it's going to be perfect fit and perfect synergy here to get these 5 layers and get magic attack basically 25%. This is absolutely great. Now I think the new Mages is going to be absolutely awesome, by just 3 skills that so far we actually check it out. And here comes the final one. And this is passive again. The troops you lead ignore 20% of the enemy defense and increase their defense by 20%. This is crazy. This is crazy survivability. Yo, so far the only ignore of the enemy defense I saw was, I think, in the Syndrian. Maybe there is also other heroes that is having ignoring the enemy defense. Armor penetration, let's say it like this. But I think when you make it like 6 stars, your hero is going to give you like 5%. No, I don't think it's like this. It's going to give you 5% armor penetration. So 2 heroes 6 star is going to give you 10 armor penetration. Here, just by the passive skill, you get 20% and also get 20% defense, which is absolutely crazy. Oh, the orc lady is crazy so far. I really love these skills. Now let's check it out, the other mage. This is a passive skill when in the wild, so most likely open field. For every additional enemy unit hit by the skill destiny property, there is a 50% chance that the defense of the unit under your command will be increased by 10% for the next 4 seconds, up to 3 layers, or basically 3 stacks. So it can go to up to 30%, but we have to first of all check the destiny property to actually get an idea. But this is like, it's not something crazy. This thing is not something crazy, but it's very nice, especially if the destiny prophecy is actually a AoE spell. Okay, here comes the next one. Increase the hero skill damage of the troop led by 20% and their health by 15%. So HP 15%, hero skill damage, increase hero skill damage 20%. So we're seeing a lot of hero skill damage increasing. From what I see from the orc lady, 2000 with that many skill damage increase, I think is going to be absolutely crazy amount of damage she is going to do on a single target. So far the only mage that was doing a decent amount of damage, if I can say, was Talea, but Talea vanished very fast in Call of Dragons because that was the only thing she was doing, just good amount of damage on a single target and not some crazy stuffs there. But yeah, this is very nice, and also increasing the HP is not only 20% hero skill damage, and here we're not having like you have 10% chance to actually get this effect. It's static effects, it's passive effects that I think is going to make these new mages absolutely wild on the battlefield. Now here comes the next one. This is Doomed. Passive skill: when the skill Destiny Prophecy deals damage, there is a 50% chance to deal an additional magic damage. Okay, I think we actually saw that. Magic damage coefficient 125, a maximum temporary buff stacks, maximum damage coefficient 625. This effect can only be triggered once every 5 seconds. Upgrade preview, skill damage coefficient 125. Not so sure from where this coefficient is coming. Maximum temporary buff stacks. This spell I'm not quite sure. So if you guys know or have an idea what is supposed to mean, damage coefficient 125, just let me know in the comments below. Somewhere in the comments we're going to find the true how the things are, or especially this temporary buff stacks. From where this, oh, temporary buff stacks, oh yeah, this is the layers. For example, you get these defense layers we saw in the previous spell. So here comes little synergy between the two new heroes, especially with the stacks. But yeah, still I'm not quite sure about the Destiny Prophecy. I'm not quite sure we actually have it and etc. But yeah, we're going to see. So far this skill need to be tested. I'm not quite sure do I actually understand this spell quite well. Now the next one is Heaven and Earth passive skill. Giant R hexagram mark. What? Hexagram mark every 20 seconds during the combat, which was for 10 seconds. This is a passive one. Mark every 20 seconds during the combat, which was for 10 seconds. This mark was for 10 seconds. You do the mark every 30 seconds, from what I understand. When processing the hexagram mark, the magic attack power of the troops lead by you increase by 15%. The number of targets for the skill Destiny Prophecy is fixed to 3. So this one is a AoE. Destiny Prophecy is a AoE skill, but you know, I have to see it what it's doing. because a lot of things are connected to this destiny property. It's fixed to 3, and the triggering probability of the skill Assistant Star Protection and inescapable is fixed to 100. This spell looks nice, but again, it needs to be tested. It's little hard to understand what is going on here, but yeah, definitely the second hero need a lot of tests to be 100% sure I understand everything what is happening there. But for the Orc Lady, the first hero we actually check it out, it was absolutely wow, the skills she is having. Now this is one of the mages, how it look. I guess this is the one that I'm not quite sure what is doing, and maybe this is actually destiny property. I'm not quite sure, I cannot actually read what is going on here, but it's up to 300 damage, so you know, maybe this is the one. Have a skill talent tree, very important. At least I can understand the icon here. It's a skill talent tree, and this one should be a PvP, or it should be PvP, right? It should be PvP. I'm not 100% sure, 99% sure this is a PvP talent tree. So skill and PvP, very nice combination. Obviously, this is going to be the Orc Lady. That I think all of the spells is absolutely wild. Absolutely wild. So yeah, it's going to be wild. It's going to 2000. You can see clearly here the 2000. This is after awakening. Obviously this hero is awakened. So yeah, this is how this heroes actually look like. And finally, but not on last place, this is the new mage skin, which is, oh my god, looking absolutely crazy. Some people are saying it is from Rock. I'm not quite sure, I have never played Rock, so but maybe Rock players can leave one comment about this. So far, spell unit ignore health. So here we're ignoring HP. We're not actually getting HP, which is, you know, a little strange from point of I was expecting HP mage skin, but it's going to be spell units ignore health. Definitely just by looking this skin is looking absolutely crazy. I definitely want to have this skin. It's just looking crazy. I'm not quite sure how it's going to look with Adornment. You know, there is a Adornment, but it's not activated right now. So yeah, it's looking absolutely wild. I'm going to go for the mage skin. So yeah guys, this is going to be for this video. I really hope you enjoyed. Make sure you hit one like, subscribe. Let me know in the comments your opinion over the new mages, and yeah, see you in the next video.